5. It's AEK Athens versus Montakit Fuenlabrada from Spain. And the AEK Arena, the indoor Olympic Hall here in Athens, the iconic building with a capacity of 19,000, which was full to the rafters back here in May when AEK Athens won a thrilling final of the Basketball Champions League when they hosted the Final Four, beating Monaco. And here are the games so far in Group C. Victor Bellis have beaten Dijon. Antwerp losing to Bamberg. Bamberg, after a shaky start, are doing well in the group. And we're here in Athens for Athens versus Fuenlabrada. Both teams are on 3-1. And at the moment, Fuenlabrada are in 4th and AEK Athens are in 6th. The teams have had different weeks in game day 4. As we look at the standings, Fuenlabrada in 4th, AEK in 6th, and Bamberg 3-2, having played 5 games, because you get a point for a loss in the Champions League, 2 for a win, a 3-2, and they're top. But there's obviously games going on. Besiktas as we look at Fuenlabrada warming up, they had a heavy defeat last week against Jerusalem. They lost by 30. And we'll come back to the details of that loss. This is their roster. Look out for Marco Popovic, Francisco Cruz, Dan Clark, the British player, Christian Ienga, and Talib Zana. They got beaten heavily by Hapoel Jerusalem, who pulled down 54 rebounds in total and had 24 offensive rebounds, which is more than Fuenlabrada average for defensive rebounds. So they've really got to sort that out tonight, because AEK Athens last week, being led by Vince Hunter, he was an absolute bully on the glass last week. 11 rebounds and absolutely perfect from the field. 12 from 12 for 25 points and an efficiency of 39. It's an extraordinary effort by him, but supported well by the rest of his team. There's Anthopoulos. Hasn't played much, has missed some games. But Hunter, along with really good sharing of the ball by AEK, were able to pull off a really good victory away against Dijon. Having been 8 down at half-time, they won that by 10. As the teams are being introduced, there's Dan Clark. Came across to Spain, to Estudiantes as a teenager, as a young teenager, and has remained in the ACB for the bulk of his career. But look out for Francisco Cruz as well, number 9, who played for Mexico in the recent World Cup qualifier victory over the USA, the only loss that the USA have had, and Cruz was part of that. And here comes AEK Athens. There's Ratham Mays. Since they won, they've had a bit of a shake-up with the roster, but they've got the spine there with Laranzakis just coming through, Sakota, and Vince Hunter, who joined them second half of last season, and has really have Malcolm Griffin going through, who's been another important player for them, and Yadis Yiannopoulos, who's come across from Cretan Kings. And there's Vince Hunter, who had a Team of the Week MVP game last week against Dijon. 12 of 12 from 2-point range, 11 rebounds, 4 steals.
Good luck, good luck.
And the players always showing good grace before the game and on the whole during the game. And the referees always looking after the game so well here with FIBA and the Basketball Champions League. And there is Larentzakis. He's played so well. Had another big game last week, 10 points, 23 minutes. But his inclusion in the Greek national team has got to have helped him as well. Regular spot for him there, and he's become a real leader for this team. And there's Rupnik. And Rupnik had a huge game because since they lost to Jerusalem last week, Fuenlabrada beat Barcelona in the domestic league. There's Yiannopoulos. They beat Barca by 6, inflicting Barcelona's only loss of the ACB this season since they lost by 30. And there's Jonas Mačiulis, Lithuanian Player of the Year back in 2015. So much experience for his national team and played EuroLeague and now come across for AEK Athens. And he's going to be a massive inclusion for them. And there's Dusan Sokota. Keep an eye on him, providing he's going to play. He's seated with his hoodie still on. That'd be a big loss. Here's the captain. And his father was the coach last year, and he's now moved Dragan Sokota to the front office. But as I say, since last week, Fuenlabrada really showing some resilience, beating Barcelona 79-73. And the lead scorer, 15 points, Luka Rupnik. And here are the referees. From Serbia, Alexander Glisic, Janusz Kalik from Poland, and Jena Jomac. Top referees for a top basketball competition. It's now considered as the second tier of European club competition behind the EuroLeague, with participating teams and where they finish in their domestic leagues. And the domestic league for Fuenlabrada is the ACB, and here's their starters: Rupnik, Cruz, Clark, Iyanga, the Congolese player, and Talib Zana, Nigerian. So a League of Nations for Fuenlabrada. And there is Nestor Garcia, who's come in to coach Fuenlabrada, previously coached in Argentina and Venezuela. Bringing great experience to his coaching role. So the keys tonight is for AEK to continue as they played last week. And here's the starters: Giorgio Sampouris, Xavier Ratham-Mays, Malcolm Griffin, Howard St. Ruse, and the big wrecking machine, Vince Hunter. Can he come out with the same intensity that he showed in the second half last week right away this week? And there is Luka Banki, the head coach from AEK Athens, was at Bamberg last year and Torino. So he's coached EuroLeague and has come across. He's 53. And filled the big shoes of Dragan Sokota, of course, who won. And it does not look as though Sokota is going to play. Looking at that, and that's going to be a big loss. Such a big player for them, especially from behind the arc at three-point range. But that's why these squads are assembled, to deal with moments when their top players are injured. It's somebody else's chance, maybe Georgis Sampouris, his chance to come in and be big. He was previously at Colosso Rodu, and he averaged 16 games for them last season at 10 minutes a game, 3.6 points per game, 1.9 rebounds. And he hasn't been getting a lot of time, but he's getting the start. And there's St. Ruse. Howard St. Ruse played for Nürnberg in the Basketball Champions League in 2016-2017, where he averaged 13.2 points per game and 2.5 steals per game. So watch out for his quick hands, quick feet, and the ball's up And Fuenlabrada in this Group C encounter, game day 5 in the Olympic Hall in Athens, have the first possession. Fuenlabrada have got to rebound better, and they don't want to be turning it over early for AEK Athens. And Howard St. Ruse, right on cue, 2.5 steals per game earlier in his Basketball Champions League career, and he's doing something similar in this season. Shots up, defensive rebound, Sampoulis. And right away, hitting the ground running. There's a 2, followed by a 3, a dunk, followed by a 3-pointer, and it's an early timeout for Fuenlabrada. It's tough for them at the moment. They're so up and down. The big loss last week, the big win against Barcelona, and they start this first possession of the game with a turnover leading to a dunk. And then the lefty, Sampoulis, knocks down the 3. Yeah, Fuenlabrada have got to take care of turnovers. Only averaging 9 a game. AEK Athens with 13, but there's one right away. Let's look for the points off the bench as well. They've got a +5 over AEK Athens on that. And also on fast break points. But both of these teams, just to remind you, have lost to Jerusalem. AEK Athens lost in game day 1 right here. And Fuenlabrada lost last week, game day 4, heavily. AEK Athens losing by 4 to Jerusalem. But now Rupnik, after his big performance against Barcelona, they're on the road a few days later, and now they've got to deal with AEK Athens, the reigning Basketball Champions League action holders.
Just be ready. You roll, and us 3, we have to open.
Luka Rupnik, the civilian, 25 years old. Previously played for Petro Olympia, whereas they were Union Olympia when he played. 2013, he was Slovenian Cup champion. There's a bit of a delay here. All the players looking very relaxed. And there is Cruz. He's had an unbelievable game winner against Bamberg on game day earlier in this Basketball Champions League season. They were 14 down or thereabouts with a minute to go, and they won with the last shot of the game, an end-line inbounds play from Dan Clark, and Cruz threw it up. They've won by 1 there. They also have won by 2. And the loss against Jerusalem last week was their first loss of this Basketball Champions League season. Let's just look at some of the highlights again. That's a great start for young Georgios Sampoulis. We're just checking. Sampoulis is 7'1". And we're off and running. Luka Rupnik being guarded by Xavier Ratham-Mays. They've got to take care of the ball and get a decent look. Cruz, bit of weave action, comes back the other way. Christian Iyenga, Cruz, shot clock running down. They're still behind the three-point line. Cruz all the way to the basket. And that's much better. Good timeout from coach Garcia. Good defense there from Zana and Iyenga. Just hitting Iyenga's foot. Griffin. Mays, nice pass. And Hunter ends up on the floor. And Zana just lost sight of Hunter there. And by the time he'd recovered, too late. Hunter had got inside position, had his back to his defender, and he'll go to the line for 2 shots. Vince Hunter only 55% from the free throw line for the season in the Basketball Champions League, and he was 1 out of 2 last week in the victory over Dijon. Another issue Fuenlabrada got to deal with is they are the worst team in the Basketball Champions League at the moment for the amount of points they are conceding at 90.5, and AEK Athens' average is just below that at 88. So they're going to have to slow AEK down, and the way they played last week as Rupnik goes all the way to the hoop. Left-hand finish, carrying on from where he left off against Barcelona at the weekend with a big win in the ACB. Last week against Jerusalem, 10 minutes, 5 points, 2 rebounds. I think players playing for their shirt with Fuenlabrada and wanting to prove a point to themselves and to Coach Garcia that they're worthy of getting minutes on this team, as Rupnik at 66.7% free throw shooter for the Basketball Champions League season knocks that down. Good pressure from Iyenga. Sampoulis going himself against Dan Clark. And it's a foul on Dan. And now, Georgis Sampoulis will go to the line. And he knocks them down. Good start for young Georgis. AEK 75%, 3 from 4 for Fuenlabrada, 1 from 1. Nice pass inside. Dan Clark finishes underneath. Got him really deep, Dan. He can shoot the 3, but he's also effective underneath, where he can use his 6'11" frame to good use. Hunter, nice pass. Great assist from Hunter. An offensive rebound off the miss for 3 is good for Rupnik. He is playing with a lot of confidence, and the game's tied at 10. Ratham Mays. Sampoulis going left against Dan Clark, and he's making it. That's a really good contest. Young man, well played. 22 years old at 7'1". Hesitation, Rupnik, no way through. Zana, handoff, Iyenga. Under 10 seconds on the shot clock. Pulls up, hesitates, knocks it down for 3. Great individual play from the former NBA player with the Cleveland Cavaliers. And he's helping Fuenlabrada big time with that three-point shot there. Griffin. Lampuris. Hunter. Losing his balance there. Good defense by Zana, but they get the ball back. Rathan Mays. Still Rathan Mays. Good extra pass. Griffin. Good for three. Malcolm Griffin. And there's a turnover and a steal. Here comes Hunter. What a block! Not on my watch, says Christian Iyengar, but there's another turnover back. And this time, Hunter finishes and he goes to the line. Great perseverance by AEK Athens. 2 mistakes, the second one costly for Fuenlabrada. They've got to take care of the ball, and they got it back the first time. What a block by Zana. And the second time, Rupnik had, because he's smaller, had to try and take the ball away on the way up. And it's a foul and one, and Hunter will go to the line to increase AEK Athens' lead. .55% from the line, Hunter, and he knocks that down. Completes the three-point play. Nearly halfway through the first quarter. I hope you're enjoying Basketball Champions League action on live basketball.tv. Iyengar, back cut on the far side, but shots up and it's way off. Maratis is in. Griffin, high screen from Hunter. Dimitri. Maratis, left hand, finish is good. Iyengar. It's a lot of dribble, but he makes it off a really good play. Griffin, shots up, is off, and a good rebound by Ian O'Leary, who's in for Fuenlabrada off the bench. Iyengar. O'Leary, back to Thomas Bellas. O'Leary, handoff, Iyengar. Shot clock's running down and he's lost the ball, and that's another turnover. Just got to get more consistent as we see the play from Dimitri Maratis. Shots up and it's short by Maratis. Five-point lead for AEK. Currently 6th in Group C against 4th place Fuenlabrada, both with identical records. Shots up off one leg. Good offensive rebound, Leary, and right at the basket. Lucas Naguira right at the front of the hoop. Pressure here by Athens. Neguera for 3. That's long. Griffin. Good steal, Neguera, but he's given it back, trying to dribble it out. And Hunter, big dunk, knees up with authority. Neguera, great steal, just hand the ball to a guard. Trying to dribble it out. It's okay if the defense is retreating, not when they're staying. Waiting for you to do that. Another turnover, and it's offensive foul. And he's learning quickly. Neguera from Brazil. 7 foot tall, so he's giving, and there's a dribble. He didn't need that. Griffin just staying in around the ball, and Hunter the recipient for a simple dunk. Fuenlabrada have just got to take care of the ball. Oh my goodness, what a pass, and Hunter with the left-hand finish, getting in behind Neguera. Rupnik, Fuenlabrada have got to stem the tide here. Bellas. Inside, and Neguera finishes with authority. That's what he can do, the former Estudiantes player. Machulis into the game for the first time. Hands off. Larentzakis, and there's a block and an offensive foul. Great D initially, I think, by O'Leary. And O'Leary speaking. And not sure there was much there, but Fuenlabrada will not be concerned about that. Euro step, no good. And Machulis, the ball falls into his hand. And Rathan Mays off the screen. Oh, he put it behind his back to fake that pass and just lost it. He's trying to wrap it. Whoa, and Neguera did take the fake. But unfortunately, Rathan Mays didn't take the ball. Pressure up the floor again as Tyler Robertson comes in and Vince Hunter takes a well-earned rest. Now, can Fuenlabrada get on a roll here without turning it over? That's such a tough shot. And there's no offensive rebounding in there at all for Fuenlabrada. High screen. Rathan Mays brings it back out. Larentzakis. High screen. Robertson. Larentzakis. Short with the floater. And here comes Alex Loka for 2. Left-hand finish. Sharp play there from Fuenlabrada. 6 seconds between game and shot clock as we run down towards the end. Offensive foul this time on the screen for AEK Athens, and it's Robertson just in straight away, as Neguera had done for Fuenlabrada. Commits an offensive foul on the screen. So Fuenlabrada have 19.1 seconds to get a good look. They could really do with a positive end to this half. Take some momentum into the next quarter, especially being on the road. Bellas, time running down. Bellas inside to Neguera, who just can't finish on the jump hook. And time expires at the end of the first quarter. Here in Athens, Greece. End of the first quarter is AEK 24, Montakit Fuenlabrada 19. Here's some game stats from the first quarter. AEK 58% from 2 and 67% from 3. It's 2 out of 3. Free throw percentage is pretty good as well. And just going through the highlights. Fuenlabrada with 8 rebounds. AEK with 7. 4 assists. And AEK with 7 assists, so they're really sharing the ball well. But there's been some good play from Fuenlabrada. There's Dan Clark up against two AEK Athens players. Been some good spells of play. A nice assist there from Hunter to Griffin. And Rupnik with the 3. So, and he's coming off that big performance by him versus Barcelona. But then there was the turnover and Fuenlabrada got it back. Then they turned it over immediately again. Hunter went to the line for 3 points, 3 shots. Or 2 points and 1 shot for 3 points. Then there was this steal from Nogueira, and he gave it straight back for Hunter to do that. So Fuenlabrada just need to get organised. Nogueira could be really a serious threat for them, an intimidator on both ends of the floor, someone to match up against Vince Hunter, but he's just got to take care of the ball, make smart decisions. So we'll see how the young Brazilian goes. So we're underway in the second quarter. Yanis Nanopoulos is in for AEK. Larentzakis off the foot of Alex Lyoka. Chose not to use the screen by Robertson, but the ball came off the foot, so they have a 14-second shot clock. Hand off and screen by Robertson. Shots up and is out, but ball, another offensive rebounds. AEK Athens, they've got to sort this out. Fuenlabrada and box out. Shots up, Larentzakis off the glass, no good. And a foul, I think, against Nogueira. He's got the wrong side of the AEK Athens player. He doesn't like the call, but he needs to get the correct side. He's had to reach over the top of Robertson or round him, and that's a foul. He's going to stay in. Nice crossover, Anna, by Ratha Mays. And Nogueira there, blocking the shot, no foul. He's got a huge wingspan. Shot clock running down, shots up, and it's good for Larentzakis. So much confidence. He'll have to take up some of the slack with Dusan Sokota not playing. Lyoka, still Lyoka, penetrate, kick, shots up and good for 3. O'Leary, Ian O'Leary, Irish-American. Inside, Robertson, and he shoots over the top of Nogueira. Handoff, O'Leary to Lyoka. Lyoka's step back is long. Great rebound by O'Leary. This is what Fuenlabrada need to do. They need to compete on the offensive glass. Yiannopoulos, oh, great pass. Yiannopoulos on the initial perimeter defense, but a bullet pass inside. And Fuenlabrada starting to get in a rhythm. Ratha Mays up top for Robertson as Nogueira got drawn to the ball. Robertson drifted in behind. And the nice one-handed alley-oop. Thomas Bellas. Shots up. It's just off from Mark Garcia. Bellas for 3, it's just short. No offensive rebound. but good effort on the steal from Garcia. High screen, Robertson. Oh, what a pass! Behind the back and through the defender's legs. Can he finish it off for three? It's just in and out, but again, another offensive rebound. Negrera this time is able to dribble out without being turned over. Nice crossover and a quick finish for Llorca. Timeout, AEK Athens. So again, good spurts of play for Fuenlabrada. This was an amazing pass behind the back and through Negrera's legs. But Robertson just couldn't quite get far enough to get two hands on it, and it would have been a just catch and dunk. And a lovely no-look, one-handed pass right over the left shoulder of Yaris Nolopoulos. So it's timeout here in the AEK Olympic Indoor Hall, and it's an AEK timeout. Let's listen in.
Not to drop off passes where everybody can deflect. Okay? Watch out the pressure, or if they go zone, just in case. The first offense, we go zero side. Tyler, I expect the DHO with Larry, and then the screen for the coming
AEK's 4 steals against Fuenlabrada's 2. A couple of those steals, you know, unforced turnovers, unforced errors. 6 and 4 on the turnovers. It's a game of margins, basketball. It's great to see the family here, young supporters. That's what the Basketball Champions League's all about. Just before we get underway, can I just suggest that you download the Basketball Champions League app? I can plug it. Has all the details of all the games, live stats, great articles, podcasts each week about how the league is going and who the top teams are, top players, top 5 plays of the week for Tuesday and Wednesday during all the game days, MVPs of the week, great talking points. So that's the Basketball Champions League app, totally free. And the shot clock is running down, shot up, defensive rebound by Alex Llorca. That is big. O'Leary inside, outside, and shots up. And as easy as that, Fuenlabrada cut the lead to 2. Great extra pass. Thomas Bellas, the recipient for 3. Raythan Mays blocked by Chema Gonzalez. And here comes Fuenlabrada. No look. Oh, they need to take care. Pass was behind Gonzalez. He tried to catch with one hand. Schoolboy error, but then Larentzakis turns it over. Catalogue of errors. Who's going to benefit? Trying to get it underneath to O'Leary, and the ball gets deflected, I think, by Yiannopoulos. And Larentzakis just apologising to his team. These things happen. Just got to try and keep it to a minimum if you want to succeed in this league. The Basketball Champions League, 3rd edition. O'Leary spins. Oh! Not in my house. Not on my court. Get out of here, Robertson says. Zana and Iyengo on the floor. Just Fuenlabrada trying to get so Clark on the bench as well, just trying to get some chemistry going here. Some series of play with no turnovers. And shots up and misses. Good rebound by Robertson, who's sprinting the floor. And another turnover, 2-on-1 possibility. Not on. Good transition defense from AEK Athens. Spin, O'Leary. Back out, Bellas. Yiannopoulos. Trying to defend. Yiannopoulos at 6'7", trying to defend on the perimeter. That's his first foul. And back comes Cruz. It's been quiet so far. But that's not a bad thing. 2 points. It's not a bad thing for Fuenlabrada, and they're only 2 down. Shots up, no defence after the pick and roll. Machulis with another rebound. Rafa Mace, hesitation, having to bring it back out. Machulis offers the screen. Griffin accepts. Griffin, crossover, bounce pass, touched by nobody. Good idea, but the execution wasn't there. There's, he wanted it for Machulis, who just stumbled and fell as he got tangled up, I think, with Cruz. Yiannopoulos sits down. Team still trying to get. Good pass. Gonzalez, left hand jump hook, not quite. And here comes St. Ruse. Rafa Mays off left. Good rebound. Gonzalez. O'Leary, handoff. Cruz. Garcia. It's good! And there's no defense getting out, whether it's off a screen or a handoff or just a perimeter pass. And just like that, Fuenlabrada take the lead. Approaching 4 minutes remaining in the second. Griffin from Rafa Mays. Good jump out from Gonzalez. Machulis for 3, no good. Cruz, the Mexican. Belas. Garcia. Another handoff, or a bounce handoff. Belas. Crossover. Chima Gonzalez. And that's off, and foul called. And the crowd don't like the call, whoever it's against. Let's see the box out. Robertson grabbing hold of Gonzalez's shirt. Just shows when you're going for the offensive rebound, even if you don't get it, put pressure on the defense. They may foul you, or if you don't get it, one of your teammates may get it. Fake. Cruz. Outside to Rupnik, just short. Excuse me, O'Leary. And the top button undone and the tie loosened for Coach Banky. He knows this is a... And that time Gonzalez getting caught up. That's a good job. Good job by Fuenlabrada coming back into this. Now, both benches have really been rotating. AEK Athens didn't play at the weekend in the Greek A1. They're 2-2. So they're well rested as Moraitis gets fouled by Gonzalez again. That's a quick 2 fouls, but he's come in and done a good job for his team. Griffin, right-hand dribble. And another turnover. Him and Hunter just not on the same page. And good pressure exerted on St. Ruse there on the dribble by Fuenlabrada. Rupnik. It's off Hunter's leg. So, shots up for 3 is just short. Griffin. He's got to take care of the ball. Couple of quick turnovers from him. See if they can get this pick and roll right or any interior pass. Machulis. bags of experience. Gets the ball knocked loose by Cruz. Both teams need a spark. And Machulis can give AEK Athens a lift with 2 free throws. Noise here in the Olympic Indoor Hall. The AEK. And the game tied. So many close games in this Basketball Champions League, and Fuenlabrada have already won at the buzzer and by 2 in this group in earlier games. All can do sends Sakota. Can do is look on. Iyenga off the bench. Iyenga still got it. Hands off to Garcia. Shot clock running down. They need to get the shot up, and they won't. Ruknick had to take that layup. He had the look. He just needed to throw it up. Clock recognition not quite there for Fuenlabrada. That's another turnover. 8 turnovers, 8 assists so far in this game for the ACB outfit. Great fake from Machulis. Beautiful pass and the block, but it's goaltending. Beautiful up fake, quick pass over the top from Machulis, showing all his experience. I think it hit the backboard first before Iyenga could block it. I think we'll see it here. He turned and backboard first, then the block. So the 2 counts. AEK Athens back into the lead, and Vince Hunter increases his output for today. He's already up to 10 points. No rebounds, just 1 assist.
Sabieron que cuando nosotros movemos el balón, hacemos in and out, swing, les cuesta y allá van. Cuando vamos a penetrar, Talib se esconde aquí en short corner, Johan en short corner.
The free throw percentage is 86% and 100%. Fuenlabrada only been to the line once. Points in the paint, AEK have the edge on that. Points from turnovers, look at that. AEK 11, Fuenlabrada only 2. That's a big differential. Fuenlabrada just have the edge on team free throw percentage, just 73.7%, and AEK 66.7%. So Fuenlabrada, if they can get to the line enough times, they're shooting a decent percentage, but they've got to go aggressively at the basket. So 3-point lead for AEK, just under 2 minutes remaining in the half. It's Basketball Champions League action, game day 5, Group C. Luka Ruknick up, long, no rebound for Fuenlabrada. Here comes AEK on the break. Hunter falls to the floor. And Cruz, tough. That's a really tough ask for Cruz. Too much to handle, Vince Hunter. Goes from one side of the hoop to the other with the spin move and finishes with great touch. And here go back to the line for a 3-point play. It's just too much. He squares up. That's a great move. Initially rips the ball through to go baseline, then spins the other way, and he loves that. Great rhythm and no help from Fuenlabrada as well. Because Hunter went so quick, they couldn't get set up on the help. And just like last week, where Hunter was off the charts with 39 efficiency and a double-double of 25 points, 11 rebounds, he's at it again. Certainly in the points department, 12 points, 5 of 7 from 2, 2 of 3 from the free throw line. Very concentrated looks of Ratham Mays and Tyler Robertson there, and a very pensive Nestor Garcia. They were behind, they dragged it all the way back and took the lead, and now AEK remain 5 ahead after the miss by Hunter. So can Fuenlabrada go on a run of their own, take care of the ball, and get some good looks, maybe get to the free throw line. There's one man who certainly can do that. The ex-Cleveland Cavaliers player, Yenga. Up and under, this is going to be tough, really tough. It was all Yenga, he's a Congolese player, just looking to do it on his own. They need to share the ball. They look better when they share the ball, make passes underneath for simple layups. High screen. Yiannopoulos. St. Ruse puts the shot up, and there's a foul call. That's a foul on O'Leary, and that will be 2 shots for Howard St. Ruse, who's shooting only 50% from the free throw line over the season in the Basketball Champions League, and 1 of 2 last week in the win against Dijon in France. Sampiris is back in. 7 points, 100% from the free throw line, and all his field goals, 1 3-pointer, 2 2-pointers. O'Leary. Quick pass, shots up, and it's just off, but offensive rebound. Zana blocked, gets his own rebound, and goes up strong, and is fouled. That's the way to go strong, Talib Zana. Strong move from Zana, averaging 5.8 rebounds a game, 2.5 offensive rebounds a game in the Basketball Champions League. Ruknick out. He's done well. He's had a good few days in his young basketball life, with a big game against Barcelona at the weekend, and 6 points in in 8 minutes tonight. So Zana at the line. He's got the shooter's touch. Dan Clark looking on from the bench. He'll be well rested, ready for the second half. 5-point differential. AEK can take this right down to the last second. They're going to want to get a really good look. High screen, Hunter. Griffin behind the back. Still Griffin. Spins, elevates, makes the shot. Right on cue and right on time. He doesn't turn it over this time. Griffin scores with a nice right-handed jump. One-handed jump shot close in, and at half-time, AEK 41, Montakit Fuenlabrada 34. It's been a good one here at the Olympic Indoor Hall in Athens, Greece. And these are the stats from the first half. AEK 60% and 33% from 2 and 3. 80% from the line. That's a really good team percentage. Rebounds the same, and Fuenlabrada with 9 offensive rebounds. So that's a better effort from them. 19 rebounds. 8 turnovers each. They want to keep those numbers down. The game leaders, Hunter with 12 points, Robertson 3 rebounds, Ratham Mays 4 assists. And for Fuenlabrada, Rupnik leading the way with 6 points. Aguirre with 2 steals, Iyenga with a block, and Griffin leading the way for AEK. And there's the top scorers. Hunter and Rupnik leading the way, 12 and 6 for AEK Athens and Fuenlabrada. So we're at half time. We're going to show you some highlights from the first half, but please do download the Basketball Champions League app. You're watching these games, these Basketball Champions League games, every Tuesday, Wednesday during the regular season. The only break for it is the Christmas and New Year period and the 2 remaining World Cup qualifying windows at the end of November, start of December and February. Otherwise, it's 14 game days or 14 weeks of Tuesday, Wednesday game days, regular season. There's 4 groups of 8. The top 4 from each of the 8 groups will go forward for the round of 16. The 5th and 6th place teams in the 4 groups will go through, will go to the FIBA Europe Cup, which is a competition that runs alongside, as we see Vince Hunter's dunk, alongside the Basketball Champions League. If you finish 7th or 8th in the regular season of the Champions League, your European competition for the season is over. So there's that turnover from Nigeria. It's just got to take care of the ball, because if you do that, they will steal it. They got a lot of good defensive players in St. Ruse and Griffin. They will hang around the ball, and that was a big-time play from Hunter and then Nigeria going over the top there. So we've got 2 evenly matched and 2 evenly paced teams. But AEK Athens have their noses in front by 7 at the moment. We'll leave you the highlights from AEK's arena in Athens. Don't go anywhere. More Basketball Champions League action on the way. Welcome back to the AEK Hall in Athens, Greece. As the teams doing their last warm-ups before we get underway for second half action between the visitors, Montakit Fuenlabrada from Spain and the ACB, Endesa against AEK Athens, the reigning Basketball Champions League champions. Who could forget that night? Well, that weekend. And the way they got there as well, they just made it out of their group and then were able to host the Final Four. And Coach Banki's predecessor, Dragan Sokota, Dusan Sokota's father, was able to get them over the line against Monaco in a thrilling final. And can they repeat? Well, after a difficult start against Hapoel Jerusalem, the only team that these two teams have lost to in the regular season, they have gone 3-0 to this stage with a very impressive win in France last week on game day 4. So this AEK Athens team, both teams have threatened to pull away, but just with some sloppy play or misdirected passes, bit of miscommunication, dribbling after rebounding, trying to dribble out after getting a rebound like Nagira. And there he is in the picture. Could be such a force for this team. Gives them some real size, but he just needs to just get his positional sense slightly better. And then he could be, you know, along with Dan Clark, it gives them some size, and obviously Dan can step out and shoot the three.
Come on.
Clark only playing a small amount of minutes in the first half. So it'll be interesting to see how they go. Nagira's back in, and he's going to hope to give them a real spark off the bench. And Fuenlabrada really need a good start and their leaders to really play big. After the letdown of last week and the difficult night they had last week against Jerusalem in the Basketball Champions League, they've then gone ahead and beaten Barcelona. That's Barcelona's only loss in the ACB in the Spanish League this year, winning by 6. AEK Athens didn't play at the weekend after their 10-point win against Dijon last week. What they don't want is to have a letdown now and to lose. Whatever happens, they've got to go. They've got to be fighting right to the end. Play as a team, get a little bit of lady luck maybe, and see where it takes them. But they're up against a very good opposition in the defending champions, the Basketball Champions League. In AEK Athens, O'Leary short on his jump, turnaround jump hook. Rathan Mays, hand off from Hunter. Here comes the curl cut and an offensive foul. Hunter with the screen. So Sampoulis trying to come up towards the ball, and that's a good call. Hunter almost got his legs crossed over as he tried to slide across. Once you're set for a screen, you've got to stand still. Whether you're face on, side on, you've got the back to the player, you mustn't move. Bit of weave action. Iyengar involved. Cruz, they need something from Cruz, and now another offensive foul. The pick and roll is such a big part of professional basketball. And, well, O'Leary with the screen, maybe it was a bit forceful. There's a lot of things to think about when you're setting that screen to get it perfect, and then what to do when you roll. Mays, Griffin, Semruz pulls up, fade away, good looking jump shot from Howard Semruz. Great athleticism to hang in the air and knock it down for 2. So AEK Athens with the first blood in the third quarter. Fuenlabrada looking for an opening. Nagira, screen, re-screens. They still can't get open. They're not letting Cruz get a good look. They know he's the danger man, or was. Step back 3. It's good for Cruz. Right on cue, Francisco Cruz knocks down a difficult step back 3. And he made it look easy. Cruz up to 5 points personal. Sempoulis. Mays and Semruz. Shot clock running down. Turnaround. Nogueira changes the shot. Good fight by the much smaller Francisco Cruz. Only 6'3" up against Vince Hunter. He's up around 6'9", and he's got his hands full with Nogueira. If Nogueira can get in and around the hoop, a lot of screens. And there he goes, back cut, underneath. Oh, it just wasn't. The pass wasn't high enough, and Hunter did really well to recover. He fell initially for the step up, and then he recovered towards the hoop. Floater is long, offensive rebound, and again, Nogueira has got to be stronger. He got his fingertips to it. And that's just sloppy from the Brazilian, who's played in the NBA. Good catch, though. Kick out, extra pass. Wide open is Cruz from deep for three. Just need some consistency from the team in red, and they will be very dangerous in this competition. Griffin, he's dangerous. And he's just long on the floater. Iyenga. Still Iyenga. Back cut. Nice play from O'Leary. You could see it happening from here. AEK Athens didn't see him. They were ball watching. And good movement off the ball again. Gives you massive benefits as a team. And a foul from Iyenga as Semruz was driving to the hoop. Just keeping a count on the assists. 10 now to Fuenlabrada and 11 to the really good teams are up around 25 assists a game. And there's a foul. Or teams that are having a really good night of sharing the ball. AEK on 21 assists a game, and Fuenlabrada are at 16, so averaging 4 and 4 a quarter. Now Fuenlabrada have Iyenga, who likes to, when he can, create for himself. And free throw misses. Defensive rebound, Fuenlabrada. And Bellas. Cruz has really been defended closely, and in the end Griffin just reaches or overreaches. There's Talib Zana, being an observer at the moment. I'm sure he's ready to come in if required. Cruz is just starting to impose his influence on the game as Griffin goes to 2 fouls. O'Leary, good job by Griffin again. Cruz throws it up for Nogueira for another alley-oop slam. Really well worked, well-designed play. And it worked to perfection. Nogueira. And he really went hard at the big Brazilian. He's got to keep his cool because he's got to calm down. Spent 4 years with the Toronto Raptors, and it looks as though he was set for the charge, to take the charge, and then just backed off. But that's what he can do over the top and behind Hunter. Lucas Nogueira. But he's up to 3 fouls. Now, Coach Garcia will know that, and he's got a decision to make. Is he going to bring in some other size? Gonzalez played some minutes in the first half. Because the way that Nogueira plays, he's aggressive, he wants to block shots. Can he play out there for the rest of this quarter with 3 fouls? We shall find out. Or for a reasonable amount of time. Rathan Mays, 64.7% from the line during the season. There's Cavadas on the line, on the bench for Athens. Weave action, handoff. Negrera taking the defence away. Iyengar wants to do it himself, and he does. Really nice play from the former NBA player with the Cleveland Cavaliers. And that's the problem. He couldn't resist. He just had to put your hands up, young man. You've got 3 fouls. Just stand still. Let the defender come to you. He's big enough to block shots with his hands straight up. He doesn't have to take off. Just move your feet, anticipate where the shot's going to be coming, especially when you've got guards coming at you. Raythamez at 6'4". He could put his hands up and potentially change the shot, and they're still leaving him out there with 4 fouls. So Coach Garcia maybe just saying to him, stay in there. I'm not sure if Dan Clark's hurt. He's played very few minutes. Gonzalez had a few minutes. But for all this, Fuenlabrada are 1 down, and they can take the lead off this 3, and they just miss. Negrera, offensive rebound, just bounced to him. Screen and roll. O'Leary, nice finish, Ian O'Leary. Fuenlabrada do take the lead, and it's timeout in Athens, Greece. That was interesting. Nice job by Negrera, taking Saint-Rose away to the left. That opened up the lane, straight down the middle, and it's an AEK timeout here in the Basketball Champions League. Hope you're enjoying the action on a Wednesday evening.
And the ball is on the side. Fuck! They score every possession, and nobody spend the body. Come on! Let's play. Hey, watch out. Just in case they put some pressure. No call. Next offense is ahead. No call. Okay? Let's go.
And there's the stats going through the 3-pointers and 2-pointers. But it's the main stat is that Fuenlabrada have been able to pull themselves back again. They're showing great resilience, as they've done since they lost heavily last week to Jerusalem, beating Barcelona at the weekend. And they were on the verge of going behind more than double digits tonight against AEK Athens, the Basketball Champions League holders. And they've dragged themselves back. Negrera is in major foul trouble. It's only shown us 3 fouls. My mistake, I thought he was on 4. And there's really good play there. Straight out of the timeout, Griffin scores with Cruz in close attention. Now Iyengar, he's got to get the balance right between doing that, trying to go one-on-one, and then just share the ball, give it up, get it back. He's got good size, Iyengar. He's obviously very confident. He's at 6'8", the Congolese player. He's played at a high level, but sometimes just mix it up occasionally. Give it up, get it back. Griffin, look out! Vince Hunter with the throwdown off the alley-oop. Wonderful play in behind, and he dunks right over Dan Clark as Dan turned to see Hunter mid-air. Can Fuenlabrada respond? They're 3 down. Cruz inside. Iyengar spins. Good help. Good block by Hunter. Great play by Vince Hunter and the AEK defense. There's only 0.9 seconds left on the shot clock. It's a catch and shoot, potentially in mid-air. And there's some noise from the crowd. They're not happy with something. Griffin wiping the sweat off his face and head. He's been working hard, keeping Francisco Cruz quiet. Cruz is Fuenlabrada's top scorer in the Champions League. So in it comes. No good. They couldn't get it to Iyenga. And with 4 minutes, just under 4 minutes remaining in the third, AEK Athens can extend their three-point lead. Larentzakis finds Hunter right underneath. And again, a massive turnaround. Big change in momentum. And it's Fuenlabrada's time to take a timeout. Just moving without the ball. Keep moving, keep moving. Get in behind. Get out in front. Just don't stop moving. And it really benefits AEK Athens. Fuenlabrada with the questions to answer.
He's in defense. We need to stop the pick and roll. Come on.
Blue is ridiculous.
Hace flash. Si no, nos van para adentro. Flash. Voy para atrás, chequeo, vuelvo rápido con el 12, ¿está? Pompeo y me meto de los otros lados, ¿está? Me meto. Vamos con flash porque si no me empiezan a sumar. En ataque, anda por Tomás.
Seguimos.
Rupnik in. They need something special from him tonight.
Medio.
But this, as basketball is, but this really is a game of runs and momentum changes, and AEK just imposing themselves. They got so much experience with Jonas Maciulis. They're keeping Fuenlabrada's top scorer Cruz at 15.5 points a game. And he's hit some big shots for him. He's going to have to hit some big ones coming down the rest of this quarter in the fourth as the pressure goes on from Griffin, full court. Iyenga comes out to offer a screen, and now he gets the ball. Let's see how well they can move the ball here. Dribble, handoff with the weave. Dan Clark goes inside off that Iyenga. Maciulis on him. He's going to take that shot from the baseline, and it's an air ball, and that's not a great possession. Started off okay, and then Iyenga just couldn't get the shot to go. Good rebound initially by Fuenlabrada, but St. Ruse takes it out of Dan Clark's hands. And there's a foul. A whistle called. And it's on Lyoka. He's indicating it could have been offensive from Larentzakis, but he's at the line. Fuenlabrada are in team fouls. I mean, one thing that Fuenlabrada haven't tried in relation to lineups is bringing on Negira and having him inside, and then have the likes of Dan Clark being able to stretch out and try and knock down some threes just to give him a different look. But they're playing with the traditional guards, Rupnik. And O'Leary's in, Iyenga. Back to Rupnik, high screen from Clark. Great swarming defense. Moretis there doing really well, coming straight off the bench. Shot clock is going down, and now they're in real problem. Clark's gonna have to heave it, and the shot clock runs out. And they just got the ball stuck. So tough. But tough defense. Credit AEK with some fantastic defense there. Each time Fuenlabrada try to get open, and then they just run out of shot clock. So AEK firmly in the driver's seat again. 7-point lead. And Larentzakis with a tough fadeaway. And Rupnik leads the break. And that's a foul on Lyoka. Or drawn by Lyoka on Moretis. Is that going to be, is that a legitimate play on the ball? Yes. The referees have decided that. And athletic play, backing down in the post, O'Leary. before the foul. So end line before the shot. So end line out of bounds. Yenga sits after that last turnover. Mark Garcia, Rupnik, high screen from Dan Clark. And now he's got a mismatch, but they can't get it to him. But strong play, but the miss. There was a mismatch there, and now Hunter, no one's getting back. And that really is a defensive issue for Fuenlabrada and coach Nestor Garcia. He got past Rupnik, no one else run back. Maybe Rupnik could have disrupted that with a foul, but he didn't, and no one got back. And AEK Athens going to finally stamp their authority on this game on their home floor on game day 5. Rupnik, ball's knocked loose partially. Turnover. Great job again. Team defense, and then Larinzakis with the steal. They really are, when it matters, Maratis. And a streaking, driving Vince Hunter, left-hand finish. He's in a rich vein of form, and Fuenlabrada can't deal with him, as Dijon couldn't last week, especially in the second half. 11-point lead, Fuenlabrada, and for AEK over Fuenlabrada. Good job by O'Leary, and he gets the foul after putting away the offensive rebound. He's really playing with some aggression, O'Leary. And back in, Naguera. And there's Machulis. So O'Leary will go to the line. He's 50% from the free throw line. In the Basketball Champions League, it was 0 from 2 last week in the loss against Jerusalem. Machulis, I don't think, is happy coming out, but sent Roos out as well. They've got to rotate the players. Minute left in the third. They want players fresh, mentally and physically. And O'Leary misses that important free throw. And he's 0 from 1 tonight, as he was 0 from 2 last week. Hunter passes, high screen, and a block by Naguera. And it's immediate double team, but there was a foul. They've got a foul to give, AEK. Naguera just stepping out, and that's what he can do. He's got a massive wingspan. That's 7 foot tall. He can change shots, he can block shots, he can disrupt. In fact, my apologies, AEK are in team fouls. So important moments for Fuenlabrada to get back in this game. Zana still seated and not especially happy about it, as he shouldn't be. He wants to be out there helping his team. And Yenga is on the bench as well. So again, as the coaches did in the first half, they're trying to find the right chemistry and the right group of players on the floor, because Fuenlabrada need to get back into this. And again, Naguera just being present, calls Ratham Mays to make that mistake. He wasn't sure if to shoot or throw the alley-oop, but immediately they get it back. Nice job by Alex Lorca, inside, fake, and a good finish by Ian O'Leary. He's come to play tonight. And Fuenlabrada just hanging around as we come to the end of the third quarter. Shots up, and it's short. And there's not really enough time, or is there? No, to get a shot off the other end. Zampiris with that final shot for AEK Athens. And at the end of the third quarter, it's only a 5-point game. 59, AEK 54. Montakit Fuenlabrada. Here's some highlights from the game so far, and that's Iyenga there drawing 2 players and then passing it off, and that's Nogueira doing what he does best at the front of the rim, throwing it down. So Fuenlabrada hanging around, and O'Leary there with a left-hand finish right through the middle of the Fuenlabrada defence. Who's going to hold their nerve? Both teams are identical. What a throwdown. That is by Hunter, getting behind the defence. And that time he just runs a diagonal cut, and he's found by his teammate. And that is just sloppy D, sloppy transition D by Fuenlabrada. And Vince Hunter scoring in so many different ways. 18 points, 80% from 2-point range. He hasn't got the rebounds he did last week, but the team have got 24 rebounds as a whole and are sharing those duties around him. Samaratis. Inbounds for AEK Athens. Robertson in. And Larentzakis, a free throw line jump shot. Nogueira, that's better, young man. Elbows out on the rebound. No dribble, simple outlet. Thomas Bellas. Nogueira, 2 players going to the same ball. And looks like Nogueira's tweaked his ankle. And the worst possible start for Fuenlabrada. And unfortunately, Nogueira involved in another turnover. 2 players cut into the same spot, and he's tweaked his ankle as well as he's gone down. A great pass by Maratis. So Larentzakis, that basket made in Greece. And that is a tweak of the ankle. And Nogueira may have to come out for that. And it's just been a difficult night for Fuenlabrada on the road. And the AEK Athens supporters are going to be quite happy at the moment. And his left ankle has gone. And that is nasty. But hopefully, because he's done it on the floor, he wasn't coming back or coming down from a jump. They may just be able to tape it up and he'll be able to continue. So Chima Gonzalez is in for Fuenlabrada. That's a foul on Thomas Bellas. Maratis. Dimitri Maratis with the foul. Missed the free throw. Makes the second. And now, Rafa Mays being guarded closely. Screen from Robertson. Almost a steal. Ball's loose. And it's adjudged to have been a turnover from AEK Athens. Great effort from Fuenlabrada. Backcourt violation. Just some aggressive defence. And Rafa Mays knocking it back over the half. So that's an enforced turnover by Fuenlabrada. And that's AEK Athens' 9th turnover as Francisco Cruz sits and waits for his chance to try and help his club team. Thomas Bellas inside. And good recovery defense by Robertson. He's streaking ahead, and Alex Liorca with the foul as he tried to get back. Yeah, if you see, Ratham Mays just almost stops, knowing that Lorca was coming, I would think. Smart play by Ratham Mays. Sampoulis. Penetrate kick, Laranzakis, that's short, but Robertson gets the offensive rebound. Really good play. And he gets it underneath and finishes it. He gave AEK Athens the extra possession and he finishes it right under the basket. Nice pass, nice assist from AEK Athens. Garcia, still Garcia. I think Garcia ran over Ratham Mays there. It may have been an offensive foul. Yes, that you can't do that. Raising his off arm into the face of Ratham Mays, and that's good defense, brave defense from Xavier Ratham Mays. Robertson, Griffin, and good recovery defense from Gonzalez, but the three is good. Laranzakis, no, Maraitis. Great shot from the corner there. Young guard, Maraitis. Cruz, no way through. Shots up, it's long. Offensive rebound, Gonzalez, nice job. Achema Gonzalez. Cruz taking Robinson all the way and using the basket as an extra defender. Robertson steps out. Maratis. Sampoulis. Robertson just short on the mid-range jump shot. 9-point lead for AEK Athens. O'Leary, wide open shot from the corner is good for Fuenlabrada. Thomas Bellas knocks down the three. Immediate timeout by Luca Banki. Just nice pass right over the top of Ratham Mays. No one in the corner. And the shot dispatched in style by Thomas Bellas.
Hey, we need to enter the defense. No far away. Dig the middle. Attack. Okay? Hey, watch out, no call. This offense is two-side. Watch out, they want to cut the screens. Okay, don't allow them to make pressure. H, we have to run the ball side. Pay attention because that big guy wants to show hard on pick and roll. Okay? So be in vision of the ball and move side to side, Jonas. Let's go.
Good coaching tips. Keep your eye on the ball, move your feet. All good defensive advice. Don't ball watch, don't man watch too much unless you're told by the coach that you're just going to face guard somebody and try and stop them from getting the ball in the first place. So AEK Athens, Maraitis, still with the ball with Bellas defending, and this is good job by Fuenlabrada again. Bellas with real energy on the defensive end. Robertson with the screen and knocks over the Fuenlabrada defender. I think that's Yorka. Brave play, nothing called. Yorka, he's being left alone, given some space by Machulis. O'Leary going strong and just misses the turnaround jump hook. There's a clear foul, and he'll go to the line for 2 shots. makes the first. He's 50% from the free throw line in the Basketball Champions League season so far. And he makes the second. So again, Fuenlabrada still hanging around, 4 points behind. And AEK on their home floor will desperately be wanting to win this one. No upsets for the Greek crowd required by coach Luca Banchi and his team. Griffin, shot clock running down. Under 5. Griffin, nice pass, and again Vince Hunter trying to finish with his left hand. No good on this occasion. Bellas. O'Leary, he's had a good game, looking for the handoff. And O'Leary's open in the corner, but also open is Lorca, but no good. Bellas with the foul. He's been very aggressive on defense. Oh, great pass inside, and again, Hunter with the flush. He just does so well inside the paint. Almost unstoppable, he just keeps to his skill set. Doesn't step outside except for screens. Or maybe handoffs, good play. Great pass, but good help defense. Machulis is right in there involved. Banchi doesn't like it. Why would he? The call has gone against his team. Bellas knew that Vince Hunter was right there. Machulis on the ground. Just 5 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Cruz, they need to get it up. They've got to shoot the ball. And they've run out of shot clock. I'm surprised he didn't get it up early. He must have known. He's driving straight down the middle of the lane with the shot clock just above the backboard. So that's a wasted possession for Fuenlabrada. Great defense from AEK Athens, the defending champions of the Basketball Champions League. Machulis off one leg. Oh, what a play from Jonas Machulis. Fading away, falling out of bounds, and he knocks down the shot off one leg. Showing all his years of top-level European competition. It's a timeout, and the crowd starts singing. He's got Chima Gonzalez on him, but Gonzalez at 6'9" couldn't deal with Machulis at 6'6". 33-year-old Lithuanian Player of the Year back in 2015. Knocks down a big shot. It's timeout, Fuenlabrada.
Movilidad, ya abro. ¿Con el tuyo querés flash?
Está bien el flash, está bien.
Sí, flash. Te lo bombea y volver rápido. Allá. Allá sé derecha. Cuando Paco va a jugar, hace slip. Cuando Paco va a jugar en derecha el pick and roll, hace slip. Y subí un poco más.
Mucho tiempo. ¡No pares el balón!
Falta un mundo, 4:30.
Tranquilo. Vamos, vamos.
1, 2, 3. Hey, todos vaqueos.
No, está bien tirado. Preparado.
So have Fuenlabrada got one more push in them, or have AEK Athens done enough now to keep the visiting Spanish outfit at bay? And the kids are loving spending some time with the mascot there, showing his dance moves. That's pretty impressive, and gives the look at the smile on that face. That is the Basketball Champions League in a great picture. A great moment for the AEK Athens crowd. And are they on the verge of a big win? 70-62 they lead on their home floor. And there's a pass inside. O'Leary gets it knocked loose off the pass from Cruz, but the defense from AEK Athens just clogging up the free throw area, the zone area. They're just yellow shirts, yellow jerseys, very prominent on the defensive side of the ball there. Cruz, screen from O'Leary, but the ball's by his ankle again. They run out of shot clock. That's twice now. Cruz has just not recognised that the shot clock is running down. It's just pressure as Rupnik and Dan Clark sit and watch at the moment. But that's just pressure from the AEK Athens defence. It makes you, in the end, potentially not think clearly in the most important moments of the game. St. Ruse. Nice fake by Machulis, bounce pass, and a block by Iyenga. Big time block there from the Congolese. And almost a near turnover. That ball spent a lot of time in the air. It's okay if all the defence are sucked across towards the ball, but there was a couple of players on the same side of the floor as where the ball was going. So Fuenlabrada get away with one there. Good deflection though from Ike. Belas. Iyenga. Cruz. Can he manage this offense a bit better? Cruz. Belas, step back, goes forward, step back again. Shot clock running down. Shots up, and it's good. Unbelievable. And it was Lorca, Alex Lorca, right at the end of the shot clock. I think it's been counted as a 2. Wide open 2 for Rathan Mays, no trouble. For the Canadians, 6'4". Using all that height at the guard position. Lorca, again, look at the defense. 1, 2, 3, 4 AEK Athens players around the ball, helping. That pass wasn't on, and they're lucky, Fuenlabrada, that Ike didn't come away with the steal. Cruz throws it up, tips, and Machulis with a big rebound. His 4th of the game. And Ike edging their way to a big victory to go 4-1, potentially, in the group. Machulis for 3, it's just long. Belas with the rebound. Still plenty of time, but Fuenlabrada need to get some good looks. Cruz. And O'Leary just can't get it to go. And Lorca and Machulis, he's showing the ref with a wry smile that he took the ball, but I think he took some of Machulis as well. Machulis initially making it difficult, then he recovers on the O'Leary shot, then he gets the rebound, and Lorca did foul him. And Fuenlabrada in team foul. So as Machulis was in possession of the ball, Machulis will go to the line for 2 shots. 83.3% from the free throw line. Commentator's curse. Machulis, who played at Real Madrid last year in the EuroLeague, has played for his national team for many, many years. And he's won the league in Spain, Italy and Greece. And Dan Clark into the game and gets the rebound for Fuenlabrada. But after all that, Machulis makes neither of his free throws. Belas, and that's a poor pass. And here comes St. Ruse! Exclamation mark! Off the steal for Howard St. Ruse. The Cuban at 6'6" flies through the air for AEK Athens. And it's timeout, Fuenlabrada. Have their chances just gone up in smoke there. Good anticipation, good steal. Great dunk from Howard St. Ruse. Timeout, Fuenlabrada.
Hoy le bajamos 8 en 1 minuto 15. la salida de los tiradores cortan por el medio, que es una buena cortina, ¿no? Si no es F, haces cross. Tenemos que anotar rápido y salir toda la cancha. En lo posible no juego estúpido. Acá todo el mundo puede hacer switch. ¿Ah? Pero en lo posible cuando presiono no juego estúpido. Hay que salir y tratar
For you kids out there, you can hear Dan, you can see Dan, who's obviously English. He doesn't need any translator, having spent so many years in Spain. He's fluent in Spanish, English. And when he previously played at Estudiantes, he would translate or assist in translating for the American players. So you can be of use to a team on the court playing and off the court, making things easier for the non-Spanish speaking players in this case. But I'm sure Dan Clark really wants Fuenlabrada to just step up massively now in the final, what's remains of the final quarter. And Fuenlabrada are able to, as we're in the last 2 minutes, progress the ball into the front court. Now Cruz himself for three is off. Good rebound. Clark keeps it alive, but they can't secure the rebound. And St. Ruse gets the defensive rebound in the end. And Griffin, guarded by Llorca. They need the ball. They need the ball. And Griffin now with Dan Clark on him. They get it in deep to Hunter. Misses first time, but he's fouled by Yenga. He's so persistent, so physical. It takes not only one, but sometimes two players to deal with him. Dan Clark from behind, and Yenga, obvious foul there from number 31 in red. So Ike with a 10-point advantage at home. And now Hunter misses the free throw. Ike 12 of 22 from the line as a team now. Something they're going to need to work on. And if this was a closer game, that would be a real issue with Machulis missing. And he just can't get it to go, Llorca. He's fouled by Laranzakis. Alex Llorca, who played some 3-on-3 for Spain, won the silver in 2015 in the European 3-on-3 Championships in Baku, Azerbaijan. And he's 50% from the free throw line for the Basketball Champions League season so far. And these are his first three throws tonight. 8 points, 4 of 5 from 2-point range for Alex Llorca. Can Fuenlabrada, they were in a similar position against Bamberg. And they came back and Cruz hit the game winner right on the buzzer. So they know they can do it, but they're on the road at the court of the defending Basketball League champions. And Griffin just running some time off the clock. And that is a great pass. What a block from Iyenga. That's a big time block. And Cruz up the other end, finishes left-handed. This is not over, folks. Don't go anywhere. 6-point lead, 2-possession game. Clark is trying to get the press going at the front there, along with... And now half-court defense, time running down. Ratham Mays pulls up, knocks down the long-range two with a bit of fade. Not in my house, says Iyenga. Great shot from Ratham Mays, under pressure. Rupnik, they're just loosening up now. They are dangerous, Fuenlabrada. Way downtown there, pressing right in the front court, but now there's Ratham Mays, not Ratham Mays, St. Ruse hesitates. That made Rupnik just stand up out of defensive position. 7 points, the differential. And Cruz slows it down and takes the air out of the ball. I think they've decided they just can't. And the shot clock stops. And if it's before the shot, AEK had one foul to give. It's been a good effort most of the way here for Fuenlabrada, but they've just had too many mental breakdowns, loss of concentration. And AEK have been able to edge ahead, and they've remained ahead as Vince Hunter comes out after another superb performance, 24 points. I'll come back to him at the end of the game. Here comes Cruz. Tough shot, and as the time expires at the end of the game, AEK Athens finally do enough to win this game, and they can go to 4-1 in Group C. Final score, AEK 78, Montakit Fuenlabrada 71. And they didn't need the services of Dusan Sokota tonight. He will be relieved about that. Here's the game statistics. 57% from 2. Fuenlabrada 41% from 3. They're the two standout stats there. 39 rebounds for Fuenlabrada, above their average. 19 turnovers for Fuenlabrada, only 12 for AEK. That really hurt them in the end. And there's the game leaders. Hunter again leading in the points. Laranzakis leading in the rebounds this week. Griffin in the assists. And pick out what you will from the game leaders here. Griffin and Negreira with 3 steals. And there's the top scorers. Hunter, St. Ruse and Griffin for AEK. O'Leary, Cruz and Lorca for Fuenlabrada. But AEK hang on to win by 7. And they're in good position to qualify for the top 4 spots in this group. Fuenlabrada will go to 3-2. As we look at the highlights, Fuenlabrada are at home to see Ches Nimberg next week. And AEK, after tonight's victory, are at home to Likkabilis. But it's been a professional performance, a team performance, behind the 24 points of Hunter. The rebounding has been really shared around. Laranzakis and Machulis leading that, and the assist leaders for Griffin with 5, and Vince Hunter with 3 or 4 highlight dunks, alley-oops, finishing with his left hand. Just the help not coming quick enough, and Fuenlabrada lacking a little bit of size, but good determination at times for O'Leary. But that was a big moment, with a stumble and a turnover for Negreira, who had to come out of the game with a tweaked ankle. So AEK Athens have done enough. They have got a really good team. It goes deep into the bench. Right through to young Dimitris Moraitis. So we'll leave you with the highlights. And we'll be able to show you shortly, hopefully, the league positions after these games tonight. And that was one of Francisco Cruz's successes. He's got 12 points, 5 of 11 from 2-point range, and they just didn't give up. They never backed off Fuenlabrada, but in the end, and this was a really nice play, using the contact to create space. Strong enough and good concentration from Jonas Machulis to finish that, and little hesitation dribble. Dan Clark couldn't get away, couldn't get across to help. So that's the highlights. These are the standings. AEK now on top, Brose Bamberg in second, and Fuenlabrada at 3-2 in third. And Jerusalem and Czernimberg are playing at the moment. So that's the end of the broadcast for tonight. I hope you've enjoyed it on livebasketball.tv. Don't forget, download the Basketball Champions League app. We'll see you next time. There's still games going on, so stay tuned to livebasketball.tv. If you want to see Jerusalem versus Czernimberg, that's coming up very shortly right here on livebasketball.tv. Good night. Thanks for watching.